friends, I am Vaibhav Srivastava from Vaibhav E-Learning Academy. Today we will be learning about nutrition part 2. So what is our today's topic? Our today's topic is types of food and nutrition. So what are the different types of food and what are the different nutrition and what are the different nutrients? So in the previous video we had learned about the basic definition of nutrition, and then we had learned about what is food. Then we had learned about types of nutrition, in which it came autotrophic and heterotrophic. Then in heterotrophic we had learned about its four types: holozoic, saprophytic, symbiotic and parasitic. So I hope you had enjoyed the previous video. So today we will be learning about types of foods and nutrition, and in nutrition comes nutrients. Okay, so let us first start. So as in the previous video, I might have told that there are three types of food. There are three types of foods. So what are the three types of food? One is energy giving food. Energy giving foods. The second one is bodybuilding foods. Bodybuilding foods. And the third one is protective foods. Protective foods. So these are the three different types of food. So now you might have learned about the nutrients. What are the different nutrients? Let me write them down over here. The first one is carbohydrates. Carbohydrates. We'll be learning about each and everything in detail in today's video. Then we have proteins. Then we have vitamins. Then we have fats. Then we have minerals. Then we have water and roughage. Roughage is also called as dietary fiber. Dietary fiber. So this is actually, these are the main nutrients: carbohydrates, proteins, vitamins, fats, minerals, water, roughage and dietary fiber. So now here, as you can see, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are 7 main nutrients. So there are 3 types of food. As I have said, 3 types of food. One is energy giving, second is bodybuilding, and third one is protective food. So what are the energy giving foods? So here, carbohydrates, and fats are energy giving food. Second one, bodybuilding food. Proteins are bodybuilding foods. And the third one, protective foods. So we have vitamins and minerals. So these are the 3 main groups of food: energy giving, bodybuilding and protective foods. Now we'll be learning about each and every group in detail. So let us see the first one, that is energy giving foods. So what are energy giving foods? As the name suggests, energy giving foods are the foods which give us energy. So first type is energy giving foods. So what are energy giving foods? So as the name suggests, normally we can tell that the foods which give us energy are called energy giving foods. The foods which give us energy. So these are the main energy giving foods. So like what are the main energy giving foods? As we had discussed, carbohydrates, and fats. So these are the main energy giving foods, carbohydrates and fats. So actually now let us discuss about them. So for example, now as we know, carbohydrates and fats are energy giving food. So why do we need this food? If you take carbohydrates, carbohydrates are actually very cheap source of food. So we can say that carbohydrates are cheap source. So carbohydrates are cheap source of food. So let me erase this thing. So now as we know, carbohydrates are cheap source of food. So if it is cheap source of food, what does it mean? It means that we can get carbohydrates in almost every food which we have. So now where do we get carbohydrates? We get carbohydrates in many different foods like rice, honey, jaggery, bread, potato, and every starch products. These all have carbohydrates in them. So now as I have said about carbohydrates and fats. So when we eat food, as we have known that it gives us energy. Eating food gives us energy. But in our day-to-day life, sometimes we don't get enough food, like we don't get enough carbohydrates. Why? Because of either fasting or starvation. What is fasting? Fasting means you are not eating food because of any religious purpose, and starvation is you are not getting food due to like some other reasons. Or another ways are like you are not able to eat food. So these are the main, fasting and starvation. So in these times, you are not able to eat the carbohydrate or you are not able to eat food. In that time, what happens is fats in your body, that there are some fats in your body. So during starvation, the fats inside your body break down and give you energy for limited periods of time. So like if any organism does not has carbohydrates in their body, then the fats in the body break down slowly to give energy to the body to perform daily works. Perform daily works like not like going from here to there, like performing the simplest work. For example, transportation of cells from one part to another part, to at least fats give us that much energy required for the body to be living. It's not like it can give you so much energy to do any work. It can give you such amount of energy which can at least help you to survive in your environment. That's why if 2-3 days if you are not eating anything, you might feel that the body is being like the body is feeling weak. So this is what the thing is, energy giving food. So here we can say that fats give energy to the body during fasting or starvation. So this is what fats give energy to the body during fasting or starvation. So this was the first one, energy giving food. So what are the purposes? As I said you each and everything one by one. So the food which give us energy, carbohydrates and fats. Carbohydrates are cheap source of food. Fats give us energy to the body during fasting or starvation. So these are the basic points. So the first one was energy giving food, which is completed. Now what is the second one? The second one is bodybuilding foods. The second one we have is building foods. So next we have bodybuilding foods. What are the bodybuilding foods? Now as the name suggests, the foods which help us to the growth of the body are called bodybuilding foods. The foods helping in growth of the body. So actually not only growth and development of the body are called bodybuilding foods. Bodybuilding foods. Okay. So, the main bodybuilding food is proteins. Proteins are bodybuilding foods. Now I'll explain you. Bodybuilding foods. So, proteins are bodybuilding foods. Why? Because proteins are actually having many different types of them. There are energy giving proteins, then there are some hormones, then there are some enzymes, then there are some contractile proteins, there are some transport proteins, and there are like many different proteins so present in our body. So for example, if I take an example of enzyme, so there are many enzymes in our body like bile and pancreatic juice, gastrovascular juice, and then we have the HCl, hydrochloric acid inside our body. Then if we talk about hormones, there are some protein hormones. I'm not talking about normal hormones, protein hormone. We have insulin. Insulin is a protein hormone. Then if we talk about transport proteins, so hemoglobin is a transport protein. Why is it transport? Because it is transporting oxygen from the specific part of the body to specific parts of the body. It is taking carbon dioxide from one part of the body and giving it to other part of the body. Then if we take about contractile muscles, so actually there are some muscles in biceps and triceps, so which help in contraction of muscles and expansion of muscles. Not only biceps, triceps, in other different parts of the body. Then there are like many different types of proteins. So all these different types of proteins help to form the body. These are helping in the formation of bones. They are helping in the growth of the body. Then they are helping in formation of bones, bone marrows. So if bone marrow is being formed, then the blood cells are also being formed. So if the blood cells are being formed, then the blood cells will divide. If the blood cells divide, then the body also grows. So that's why proteins are called the bodybuilding foods. It's not like protein does not give energy. Protein also gives us a lot of energies. So let me write down the main thing. So they help in building old and worn out tissues. They help in building old and worn out tissues and also repairing the cells. Repairing the cells. They also help in production and development actually. Production and development of bone marrow, cells, tissues, etc. So these are the main bodybuilding foods. So actually proteins are main bodybuilding food. I'll be explaining you each and every specific things in protein in this video later on. So these are bodybuilding food. The foods helping in growth of the body are bodybuilding foods. Proteins are bodybuilding food. Only proteins are the bodybuilding foods. Third point, they help in building old and worn out tissues and also repairing the cells. So production and development of bone marrow, cells, tissues, and many different parts of the body. So this was about bodybuilding foods. Now let us move on to the protective foods. So what are the protective foods? As the name suggests, protective foods are the foods which protect us from different various problems. So after bodybuilding, we have foods. Protective foods. So what are protective foods? So as the name suggests, again, protective foods are the foods which protect us. The foods which protect us are known as protective foods. So the foods which protect us are known as protective foods. So now as I am saying they protect us. So from which things they protect us? They protect us from many diseases. They protect us from many pathogens. They protect us from many different bacteria, viruses, protozoans and many different things. So these all comes under diseases and also different microbes. So these are not only the specific things for the protective foods. So what are the protective foods? Vitamins and minerals are protective foods. Vitamins and minerals are protective foods. So why are they protective foods? So as the name suggests, they are protective foods, but it's not like they're only protecting the body. So if you take the example of vitamins, so vitamins also give us many different vitamins in our body, like vitamin A, B, C, D. So we'll be learning about this in this video only. And then minerals, if you take minerals, there are many minerals like iron. Iron actually helps in production of hemoglobin. Iodine, it helps in production of thyroxine. So thyroxine is actually important. Otherwise, if there is less or more thyroxine, a person can get mad. That's why if a person needs a lot of salt, it can get mad or something. So that's what, because of thyroxine. And what produces thyroxine? Iodine. So even if there is less thyroxine, we can get goiter. These are like malfunctions we'll be learning in the next video. So these are the main uses of vitamins and minerals. Deficiency of vitamins and minerals can cause various severe diseases. So these are the main functions of protective foods. So what are they? They protect us from illness. Then after that, what will do next? They help in production of different organelles. And the next one, deficiency of vitamins and minerals can cause deficiency diseases. So we'll be learning about these diseases in our next video. So this was about protective foods. The foods which protect us are known as protective foods. Vitamins and minerals are protective foods. They protect us from illness. They help in production of different organelles. Deficiency of vitamins and minerals can cause deficiency diseases. So this was our protective food. Then what is the next one? The next we have two more things which are left. Water and roughage. So let us see them also one by one. So now what is water? As we all know, water is a very important part of our body and also for our life. So here we have water. So here we have water. So water is a fluid. As we all know, water is a liquid which is needed by the body to perform various functions. We'll learn these functions now. So first, the main thing to note is our body contains 70% of water. And if you take blood contains almost 90% of water. So our body contains 70% water, like our normal body contains 70% water. But if you take the blood contains almost 90%, not exactly, approximately 90% of water. Water is very necessary for our daily day-to-day life. First thing, if we don't drink water, our throat not only throat, our whole body can be dry. So we'll be discussing about the importance of water. So we'll discuss for now. Importance of water in the body, not in our real life. Importance of water in the body. So first one, it helps in absorption of food. Absorption and assimilation. Assimilation. So what is absorption? Absorption is absorbing the food, absorbing the required nutrient from the food, and assimilation is mixing of the food. This comes under digestion. That will be our next topic. We'll read that in upcoming videos. So this is absorption and assimilation. Then it helps in, it is useful in to control. Actually, it is useful to control the body temperature. So it is useful to control the body temperature through precipitation. So it is useful to control the body temperature through precipitation. And the next one, an important one, is it helps in excretion. So our body contains 70% of water. Blood contains almost 90% of water. It helps in absorption. So not only absorption and assimilation, absorption, assimilation and adhesion also. Adhesion also, absorption, assimilation and adhesion. It is useful to control the body temperature through precipitation. So precipitation is the water lost from the body. For example, if your body is too much heated, you continuously sweat. What is sweat? Sweat means the body, water is being loosed from the body. So the hot water evaporates in the air due to the process of precipitation. Then it helps in excretion through urine. So these are the main things about water, main points about water. The last thing to note here is roughage. So what is roughage? So roughage is actually a plant fiber. You can directly say it is present in only plant foods and some of the animal foods. So after water we have roughage. Roughage. So what is roughage? So now what is a roughage? So roughage is actually a plant fiber which is actually present in mostly plants, and it helps in digestion of the food. Like it is the undigestible part of the body and it helps in digestion. So let us write down the main points. So it is a component of food which is undigestible by humans because it is possible in ruminants. It is a component of food which is undigestible by humans. It helps in digestion by giving water. So for example, if you take roughage, so in the large intestine the bowel movement is happening, but if the bowel is completely dry, so it may be hard to excrete. So that's what roughage provides, a little bit of water and also a little bit of fiber, so that it so that the adhesion process will be so much easy. So this is the roughage part, and the next one is cellulose. Is an important roughage. And the last point is it is present in plant product and connective tissue. connective tissues in meat and fishes. So actually, what are connective tissues? There are actually many types of tissues, epithelial tissues and squamous epithelium. So I will be learning about these in some other videos, that is tissues. That will be a separate other topic. So it is present in plant products, mostly plant products. So for example, you can take spinach. It has a lot of cellulose. You can take like each and every plant product has cellulose in it. Not only cellulose, many different types of roughage. And connective tissues in meat and fishes. So in meat and fishes, there are some connective tissues which also contain roughage. And the best food for this roughage is corn. So it is actually very tasty to eat also, and it also contains only roughage. Corn is not digested by the body. It helps in digestion of the body. So this was about roughage. Now what we'll be doing? We will be learning about the different sources of the food. For example, I'll be drawing a table in which there will be three groups: energy giving, bodybuilding and protective. Then I'll write down the sources of food. After that, we'll be learning about different components of the food. That is, we'll learn about carbohydrate, protein, minerals, vitamins. So in this video only, let's go. So now we have our different types of food and sources of the food. So what are the first one? We have our energy giving foods. The second one is bodybuilding foods, and the third one is protective foods. So in energy giving foods, we have carbohydrates and we also have fats. So in carbohydrates, what are the main sources of food? So in carbohydrates, the main sources of foods are cereals like rice, wheat, jawar, bajra, bread, potato, sugar, honey and jaggery. So these are the main sources for carbohydrates. Then we have fats: butter, ghee, mustard oil, like not only mustard oil, all oils actually, all nuts, animal fats, meat and egg. These all are coming under fats. Then we have bodybuilding foods: proteins, milk, egg, paneer, pulses like dal, gram, soybean, peas, and meat like mutton, chicken, fish, etc. Then we have protective foods, that is vitamins and minerals. We have green leafy vegetables like spinach, cabbage, seafood, banana, apple, citric fruits like lemon, orange and musambi, and also guava. Guava is actually having the highest citric acid. Eggs, milk and cod liver oil. Cod liver oil is actually, cod is a fish. Cod is actually a fish, so it's oil. So we can say, so its oil is actually good in mineral. So that's what. These are the protective foods and these are the sources of the foods. So you can see the table. So these were the sources of food. Now we'll be learning about each type of the nutrient. We'll be learning about each type of carbohydrate, fats, proteins, vitamins and minerals. So let us see. So I hope it is enough for today's video. We'll be continuing this video in the next part, that is part number 3. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have enjoyed this video, do consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. Press the bell icon so that you'll get tuned in for the next updated videos. Please like and share the video. Subscribe to this channel. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.